Yo, welcome everybody. It's the Bullet Brawl Thursday. That's right, Thursday comes around fast these days. The big show is on right now, and these are a ton of fun to say the least. And look who we have here. It is the infamous, the one and only GMJoey. Back most likely to seek his revenge after I called him out on my last Bullet Brawl because of his accepting challenges and then aborting on a consistent basis, his refusal to play. Well, now he's here, and he's looking to seek some revenge, isn't he? In fact, he's already gotten the better of me in a couple games, but I only just started recording, so let's hope that this thing can get magical real quick for us, and we can take it home, make it hurt on the king side. That's what we want. We want to take it home, we want to make it hurt, and that is a problem for us right there. That is a big-time problem for us right there. Only move, knight d4. Thankfully, I found it. Defending all threats for the moment. Defending all threats for the moment, anyway. Time to castle long. And once again, we are defending all threats for the moment. Potentially even opening up the threat of knight to d5, which would only be fun. Only be a ton of fun. This is the kind of stuff we want to get. Now we're going to have to play a 4, but for sure we need to take here first, and then play a 4. And if he wants this, then we will let him go for it, won't we? This does not look like he's about to enjoy the party on the king side at his king's expense. So let's hope that that actually does become the case. En passant, because why not? Potentially bring in a piece to d5 here in just a second, though there is not much time to figure that out. Definitely not a lot of time to figure out what's going on here. I want to take on g5. That is faux show. Beau for show, in fact. Bring the knight in. Potentially play e5 or give a little Chekharooski and take there. Push the pawn, and we win. Well, this Bullet Brawl is on. Let's do another game. Let's see if we can make the magic continue here against our formidable opponent who got the better of me in the only other live session that ever took place as far as live Bullet Brawl battle between me and Joey. And here we have a typical close Sicilian, tricky business. Tricky business is Joey's middle name. Aha. He doesn't want any of that. Let's see. Well, we can probably play d5 and try to take advantage of this early b4 extension. We will definitely take and castle. Maybe I could have even played d3 there. That was interesting. Potentially. Potentially that would have been a very interesting option. Either way, I didn't see it, so no point in crying right now over the spilled milk that is. Instead, let's try to improve our position, grab our space advantage, and maybe even get a chance to attack this b4 pawn. Aha, he wants that, but we will happily take on f3 and grab the c2 little dude. We like that when the little dudes come to life. Let's open this thing up real gunmen style, right? Let's go ahead and take here. I know he's taking on e7, but I figure I have at least a perpetual check if something else even more magical doesn't present itself. Okay, well that's interesting. Let's give this check first. If he wants to give up the queen for it, we will say, okay, as you wish. He doesn't want to, but we will give this check now instead. And then maybe we can take on d4, and if he takes f8, we'll take and checkmate. That is checkmate, kids, if you're keeping track at home. Well, if that wasn't a schmancy way to end this thing, I don't know what is. So let's bring it in. Let's see if we can make this a golden hat trick against the big GMJoey, shall we? I say we do it. I say we do it, and we get to it. That is the fun way to make it happen. If we can get a hat trick against GMJoey especially after my public calling out, then that would just make us feel justified in some way, which is really not good to ever feel justified in your own ego, right? Let go of your ego and just play chess, Danny. How about that? I'm talking to myself right now, obviously. Not talking to anybody else but myself. I'd like to get an attack on the king side. This one doesn't look like my favorite kind of IQP position, to be totally honest with you. I'm going to try to make a weird transition and let him take on e3. Yeah, he makes the correct decision not to, potentially. Doesn't want to help me fix my structure in any way. But yeah, but now e6 is weak, so I'm not sure that was the right idea for him to make that transition either. I'll go ahead and take that guy with check, and and do so happily. I can even play this move, knight e5, or just play d5 first. Yeah, don't get too schmancy. Wow, really? Really, he says he can play this way. I did not see this move, which is definitely irritating. If I take, he takes, I take, he takes on e2. Not so good, Billy Blue. Time to make some magic happen here. Time to make some magic happen. Does not look super good for me, nor does the time. Do not have the time to commit the crime in this one, so this has not turned out as well as I had hoped, to be honest with you, but it's not over until the fat lady sings. If we've learned anything, we've learned that. It is not over until the fat lady has sung. And this is what we want. We want to get an attack, potentially. This is what we want. Let him take. We knew that he would take it all. And he checkmated me. Well, a disappointing way to end it, unless we say nay, and we let this royal battle continue, is what I say. I say we let the royal battle continue. Because why not? We don't get an opportunity like this that often. Off to a good start. If we can take this one, we'll be super happy, won't we? Won't we, good sirs? Be super happy if we can take care of the bee's knees in this game. Alright, we're not so worried about this. We're not so worried about this. Okay, are we so worried about this? I don't know, actually. Maybe we are. Maybe we are indeed so worried about this. But it's hard to say. Typically, it is very hard to say. And that didn't help me in my efforts. It certainly did not help me in my efforts. I need to get rid of his knight here, but he's going to take on e6, and that's not going to help me either. I think this was my best move, actually. Did not get myself in the nicest starting position here today. But hopefully we can make up for that with some tricks here and there. Some tricks here and there, maybe take advantage of the back rank. Who knows, right? Who knows, right? Let's just have a party. Maybe I'll play e5 and support my knight on f4 and try to go for an attack with queen g5. His work on c6 will hopefully prove to be a little bit awkward, maybe even a little overextended. Wow, he just comes right up with no fear, despite the fact that d1 might be hanging. Well, that was a wretched blunder. I think he forgot that my knight was on g6, and I'm going to take that happily. Let's trade to the bank, shall we? Okay, fine. Let's take here. I know he's going to take on g6, but I'm just hoping. Oops. That was a big mistake. A big mistake, potentially. A big mistake, potentially, is what just happened there. And we have to pre-move this thing out. And looks like we managed to do so. Well, we'll take it, and we'll take this 3-1 score here against GMJoey. For the record, I didn't start recording till a couple losses because he accepted my challenges so fast. It was unexpected, I'm not going to lie. But anyway, definitely a good battle here today between us, and I'm going to take my plus score to the bank, and maybe it'll be the beginning of a nice little rivalry here. Thanks, everybody, and we'll see you around on the main site. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you around on Chess.com.